This is Duduzile Ngubane of DU Confidence Designs. Entrepreneurial journey is quite a lonely one because you are not able to share your problems with other people. Even if you share your problems with other people, they still don't understand what you're going through. They just see when you are growing and everything is well. So I met PPT at that time where I was frustrated. I was not sure whether it was the beginning or it was the end. And I must say that part of me was a little bit regretful that I've resigned from work. Mind you, I now had my own stuff that I needed to pay. So at that time, when I had a shop at Ushaka Marine, I had employed 2 staff members. It was the lady that was looking after the shop and the gentleman that was creating or that was doing the sewing. So each time month end that was approaching, I used to think of their salaries and the rent time. So you can imagine. So PPT came through for me at that particular time, in time of confusion, where I needed someone that will walk the journey with me. And guess what? For the very first time, I had a mentor. I did not know what it meant for me to have a mentor, but I was glad that I was having someone that will listen to my stories. I was slowly sinking. So having someone that will walk with journey with me was a bit of a relief. And the first thing that the lady told me said, you must close the shop at Ushaka Marine. So you can imagine, you know, I've invested. My shop was posh, like it was a very classy shop within other shops at Ushaka Marine. So I closed the shop. I listened to her. I was given a budget of 100,000 rands. I remember going out when I was told to go and look after my quotations of everything that I needed. You know, I would work in the shop like a macro, where I bought my office locals and office furniture. I will work in like somebody, and I will point this and that. You know, I was that kind of a person. Life was good. So a bit of burden was off my shoulder. I was now having someone who was advising me business-wise, and I had a budget to make things happen. And I was still doing markets, because when I was running shop, I did not neglect my exhibitions that I was doing. I had everything that represented my brand, because I was given a budget to spend to get branded things like your DU Confidence t-shirt. I'll come up with the gazebo written DU Confident Design, the cloth and the uniform. So from out of the budget that I got from PPT. So I slowly regained the strength. The focus now was not on about other things, that the branding and other things that was involved in the business. My focus was to make profit. So it was easy for me to create employment, because the only thing that I was paying for was employment. I will still do market, but it's just that now things were different, because I had gazebos. Everything else was catered for, the equipment and everything. So we went to Johannesburg to launch the shop. So what did that mean? It meant I had to have now proper staff, because the production, I didn't know how the Joburg markets will embrace my craft. I knew that they were gonna love it, but that meant I have to employ more people. So that's for constants. Whenever he says he wants stock, his stock must be available. The brand that started from a small bag to a cupboard, from a cupboard to exhibition to a semi-formal, we're now about to supply Guma retail shops. The space has 8 shops nationwide. So it was the beginning of my journey, because there was no way that we would supply 8 shops without employing more people, because each rail takes 60 garments. So imagine 60 garments times 8. So now things were happening. Like, I was so excited that things were coming, but I needed more support. I remember I was now introduced to a new lady, PPT, because the lady that was my mentor had resigned. So I was introduced to another lady, Ukoko. When I did not hesitate to call her to share the news. Because we now have this responsibility to supply 8 shops. I didn't know what I was putting myself into, but I was sure that once my craft was there, people will embrace my craft, and I know it will make more sales. So that's how brand grew. Where we are right now is we are supplying all those 8 branches. We're supplying the Space Pavilion Center, the Space Mall of Africa, the Space Gateway, the Space Rosebank, the Space Cavendish, the Space Iron Village Mall, and the online shops. So PPT have been with me from nothing to where we are now. I remember at one point where I wanted my car to be branded. I wanted everywhere I go to people to see what is my service. So when I asked them for the budget to brand my car, they did not decline my request. They embraced me. So I've grown to be the person that I am. The business have grown to what it is today because of the support that I've been given by UPPT. We've recently ventured into work, like in full force, into workwear and schoolwear, and the love and support that I'm receiving is amazing. And the support that I'm still getting from UPPT makes me dream big. That's who we are as a brand. So where to from here? We've proven that nationally we are amongst the brands that are considered the best. So now we're going internationally, and it's gonna happen. Thank you.